The average human being spends 26 years of their life asleep, which is the most relevant to me today because I'm turning 26. Hey everyone, it's been a while. I have not uploaded in a long time, and I will get all into that and more because someone has something to say.
Hey, I got a question, 26-year-old me. You knew I'd be here.
Yes, I did.
So, are you happier now than you were when you were 24?
Ooh, that's a good one, 25-year-old me. That's a good question. It's weird because I forgot what you asked me, and I was really looking forward to these questions. Just like the past month and a half, I've been like, you know what did I ask? And on purpose, I didn't look. I wanted to come into this completely fresh. So, am I happier now than I was when I was 24? Basically, you in a way, or I guess right before you. Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt, I am happier now than I've been in a very long time. I made a lot of changes in my life this past year, and I do remember wanting to make a lot of those changes, and I'm glad I did.
That is good. That is good to hear. I think 24-year-old you is not happy, and 25-year-old you is ready to make a change. So I am happy that 26-year-old me is finally experiencing the growth from that change.
Yep, you got a lot ahead of you, bud, and it's a busy year, but I'm very excited to talk about it. So,
hey, don't go away. I got more questions. Come on.
Okay, yeah, I know. Okay.
Are you living outside your head more and experiencing the real world?
Interesting. I do remember this being a big stressor for me, a thing that I wanted to fix. And the weird thing is my solution that I've come to at least work for me right now is accept it. You know, like everyone's always talking about live in the real world. And it's like, sure, yeah, I've made a lot of changes in my life recently that allow me to live in the real world more presently. I mean, I'm not on the internet or social media nearly as much as I used to be. I absolutely was chronically online, which has become a new phrase that everyone talks about. And it's like, yeah, that was me. Most of my life, I was chronically online, and I'm not anymore. So that's helped me live in the real world. But in terms of living in my own head, my head is really tough to get out of. I think that's just the way I am. That's the creative artist, whatever, the buzzing. I have accepted that, I am very much in my own head, and I'm allowing it to not be such a scary place. Because I'm not so stressed or worried about things, it is a better headspace to be in, and I think that also carries into me enjoying the real world as well, without being too distracted by the fact that, oh shit, I'm in my own head, damn it.
That is very good to hear, because I'll tell you right now, it's really difficult. And I know that it's gonna be a long process to really escape that fantasy that you've been kind of stuck inside for so long.
And, again, it's not the escape. I think it's building that mindset and having it be healthier. I think that's the thing that you end up learning. So you are seeing it as a prison that you want to escape. But in reality, there is no escape, and it's learning to live with it. And then it becomes more pleasant. So that's a lesson that I can give to you. And yeah.
Yep.
So what other questions you have for me, 25-year-old me?
Hey, how's the horror stuff? Still making horror short films? Still enjoying it?
Horror stuff, of course, I'm still doing horror stuff.
Made anything that you're proud of? What's your favorite one?
So I ended up making another short film, Abby's Monster. The poster's not up there yet, but I do see Sweet Dreams and We're Not Safe Here. There is another short film that I made, and it's shortly after you. You are already preparing to make that film, and that film was tough. That was sort of the turning point where you realize, like, okay, making short films, I'm gonna need to take a break from this because financially, it's sustainable. And then also, you kind of really reached a certain limit of like what you are able to achieve with your short films right now with the resources that you are capable of, and that's why you ended up taking a break from horror, at least making short films. But what you actually end up doing, and what I am very proud of, is I'm currently working on getting a feature film developed and made. I have written a script for a horror film, feature film, 2-hour-long movie, somewhere around there, probably more like an hour, 40 minutes, because that's the average for horror. You were hoping to turn it into a full-fledged feature film, and it is based on one of your short films. And it's a big step. I think I really hope to really get my foot in the industry of, the film industry, and just like really get my name out there with this. And I think making all of those short films helped you develop the skills and mindset to get to this stage. So that is ultimately what I'm most proud of with the horror.
Next question. Have you met anyone yet?
I've met a lot of people, Chris, but yeah, I haven't met anyone that like, you know, I'm in a relationship with, but at the same time, I'm not so much stressed about that anymore. I think you're very stressed about it because you feel like you're running out of time since you're getting older, but me right now, I'm just enjoying my time. I'm accepting that, yeah, sure, I'm getting older, but I need to make my present day life just better. And then, you know, I'll meet someone. I don't need to completely focus on finding them yet. They'll find me.
Are you still living here in Fullerton somehow?
Yes, I am. I am still in this place, and it is different. You completely redo a lot of the apartment. I mean, there's new shelves there. All this stuff is up there. Yeah, there's a lot of change in your apartment, and it felt good to finally make this place more of a home than just a place that you happen to live in.
Right now, I'm thinking of moving, you know, when my lease is up next year. So maybe you're gearing up to move. How's that going?
I'm not gearing up to move. I am staying here for another year. I hate moving. It's still a huge stressor, and I don't have a reason to move. You know, it's I like this place. I now made it a home, and there's no need for me to move yet. But down the line, I definitely will move at some point when it's time.
All right, here's a funny one. Do you look different than me? Like, do you look different?
Yeah, there's some change for sure.
Because you've been thinking of trying to make yourself look different. You don't like how you look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm aware. That was a change that took a while. I dress a little differently. I've got new glasses. I'm working out now, so physically the body is a little different. My gut is a little less than yours, and my arms are bigger than yours, which is not a thing to like be cocky about. It's progress. I know for a fact that you would be very proud of me. You'd be jealous because you're like, God damn it, I can't wait to get to that point. Why can't I get there? But it's like, that's the whole point, is that it just ends up happening. You just have to build the steps and stay focused. But overall, I am liking more of how I look now. I've never felt comfortable in my body or how I looked. I've always been very self-conscious about those kinds of things. And it's only been recently I've been kind of like, all right, I'm kind of liking where we're headed. Let's keep going.
What's the best thing you did this past year, and how did you end up coming to do it?
There are two things that I did, and the first thing, I'm so excited. This is what I've been most excited to show you. Oh, I hope he doesn't cover the mic, but you got a cat. You got Leo. Say hi, Leo. He looks really annoyed right now. I'll explain everything, but yeah, you ended up getting a cat, and he is the greatest change of your life. I'm so happy. Sorry if the mic is muffled. He's very fluffy and might be covering it. You love this cat so much. This cat is your therapy cat. He's your emotional support animal. He has completely changed your world. Oh, he's truly made you very happy. And he doesn't like being picked up, but he's accepting right now because he knows I love him. Hello. Do you want to get down? Hello. Okay, you can get down. Yeah, you got a pet. You got a pet cat. Definitely. Just the, hey, don't do that. No, hey, stop. Oh my God. He's pissed because I picked him up. Leo is definitely the best change of your life. You already, I know, were gearing up to get a pet again. After Jerry, you were really heartbroken and didn't want to experience the loss of a pet again. And especially just, you know, getting another cat. It's like, what cat will compare to Jerry, your childhood pet of 10 years, you know? But ultimately, you realize like, no, I need the companionship. I do not like living completely alone. I need someone else, something else. And yeah, you ended up adopting this guy. What's insane that I've only just now realized, right now, the time that you are in, that animal is currently being taken care of by someone else. We don't know, but they're going to abandon him in a couple months. And he's going to be on his own in the streets for an entire year. And it's horrible. But then luckily a foster will find him, and then just a couple months later, December 4th, you're gonna show up and you're gonna completely change his life. You're gonna become his person, and he's just gonna be living a much happier life. Oh boy. I just did not think I'd get emotional talking about that, but yeah, this little guy, he's my world. I pour my heart and soul into taking care of him and giving him a happy life. And he is so sweet and so cuddly. He's the nicest cat ever. And he's just amazing. That without a doubt is the best change that I've done. And the next thing that I did that I'm most proud of, biggest change, is I stopped making content for YouTube, just online content as a whole. That was something that I had been doing pretty much regularly since I was a kid, since I was like 11 years old. Not only was it just the constant pressure of need to make something, need to upload something, and then the disappointment of the views are not as high, so is the content not as good? Will I be able to get the views again? This algorithm sucks, and the whole YouTube landscape is changing, and it just doesn't suit what you do. And there was just so much stress and problems with that. And ultimately, I realized that, no, I gotta get away from it. I gotta stop. I gotta get rid of this stressor. I gotta live in the real world. And it has helped a lot. I no longer have that stress. I'm able to focus on myself, the cliche, but it's true. I am focusing on myself. I am focusing on what makes me happy. It's not, oh, I'll be happy as long as people see this. Instead, it's, no, I'm gonna make myself happy, and then eventually I will get to making things again, and I won't need to worry about other people liking it in order to validate my own self-worth or happiness. Okay, all right, next question, go for it.
All right, what's something surprising that you did that I am currently not expecting?
Surprising. Okay, you seem a little cheeky. I think, honestly, I mean, there's been a lot of appearance changes that I've done, but yeah, finally putting product in my hair.
Christopher!
That's actually something I really didn't want to do for a long time. I don't like stuff on my skin or hair or anything like that, but you've been working on it. You've been working on the cosmetic changes and just kind of working on your physical appearance, and one of them was just organizing this mess of a head of hair you got. You got a lot of curly hair, so you gotta tame it, you know? And I think it looks better.
All right, what was the biggest lesson about being 25?
Ooh, okay. I mean, I've already gone over a lot of it, actually. Living in the real world, living for yourself, focusing on yourself, finding what makes life valuable for you. Gotta think. Make now better. I think you always lived your life focusing on these goals. You were very goal-oriented. You wanted to accomplish so many things. And when you were young, you were accomplishing a lot of things. You got used to it. But life changes, you know. Things go in waves, and life is constantly changing. And there's just a lot of things where you have to accept that you can't control everything. All you can control is what you do now. So, okay, yeah, you want these future things to happen? Sure, build the steps to doing it. But you gotta also make now happy for you. And then that gives you a more positive headspace to then properly build to the steps for that future stuff. So 25-year-old you ends up focusing on today and making today better and making today happier, which is why you're happier. Well, I'm happier.
Okay, final question. I know this is gonna be a surprise, but how are you really?
Very big surprise. Oh, how are you really? I'm better. For the first time in a long time. Every year of my life felt harder than the last. There was always highs that made it, you know, bearable, but the everyday was not good. I kind of kept living for those highs to keep me going. And then the lows really crippled me. And it always felt like each time I hit that new low, my reserve happiness, strength, energy, whatever, just kept being permanently depleted. And so then the next time the bad thing would happen, I wouldn't be able to handle it as well because it just felt like, God, these horrible things keep happening to me. Why? And it's because I wasn't allowing my present day, my normal average to be good. Instead, my normal average was below good. It was bearable. Life was bearable. I know that 25 was a turning point for me because I was no longer young, you know. Just to me, 25 is when it's like, all right, no, yeah, I am just a full adult. I have to actually take control of my life and do everything myself. And that's what I did. I actually did make the most changes in my life. I quit making content on YouTube. I got a new job that is fulfilling and it actually makes me kind of happy. I got Leo. I got a pet. I got a companion, a buddy that makes every day better for me. I made my home more a home, you know? I just enjoy living here more and it helps me appreciate it. I've figured out a lot in terms of how I date. I have really accepted that a lot of the issues I had in the past were kind of things that I would end up causing. Even if I was always focused on making things work out right, I think it was the fact that I was so hyper-focused and stressed to make it work that would inadvertently cause problems. Versus now, I am just letting things flow the way they do. I finally started cooking, making my own food properly. I never really did that before, and yeah, it's very satisfying. I'm working out now, 4 days a week. I want to be healthy, so I'm doing that. And I would say going to therapy regularly has also helped. Even though I used to do that, I think it's just working better now. I think it might be just a new therapist, my new mindset going into it. You know, a big thing was the first time I met with my therapist, they told me that I just thought negatively all the time. And that made me feel like I was a negative person. I was like, wait, I don't like being a negative person. So it was realizing I'm like this and I don't like it, so I have to change it. It's not going to change because of outside sources. It's not going to change because, oh, this goal that I have in mind will then make me happy, you know? You gotta start here. And it's been working.
I'm not going to pretend to give an arbitrary, you know, calculated response to whatever I give. I think I'm just going to let it be because it's in the future. I can't really predict how it's going to go. So all I'm going to say is thank you for answering my questions.
Absolutely. That is a very mature response, 25-year-old me. And thank you for asking them. But there we go. That's my update video on me turning 26. I'm looking forward to asking questions for 27-year-old me. I think it'll be cool. Thanks for watching.